brighter. Okay? Those moments where you had a paradigm shift, a shift in mentality, you know, one of the things I do that helps me discern people so easily. You may not know what a man will do, you know, per se, but I'm going to give you an idea on how to discern people. The easiest way to discern people is through their belief system. All right, their belief system. There are people I know I've worked with for a long time, and all of a sudden, I noticed that they started having a paradigm shift on certain things. Certain belief system will start being touched, you know. Some foundational truths, they start thwarting it and start altering it. Once I notice such thing, I correct them. I try as much as possible, prayerfully, and then, you know, friendly, try to get them to have a paradigm shift. Now, but as an individual, anytime you experience yourself, you see yourself experiencing a paradigm shift positively, I want you to note the things that happen within that time. Now, if there are things you can control, I want you to take note of them, because if you can take note of them, it means you can rekindle, or you can actually revisit those foundations back again and again. Okay? One of the major challenges I've seen in people and in my own life is to think that what you've come to believe today to be truth, which is, you know, foundational truths, you think they can't alter. You're a human being, you are not God. As long as you are still in this human body, you are still a mortal. There is every room and there is every chances that there could be sometimes you're going to have your faith on certain things, and then your ability on certain things, you know, shaking. For example, you're talking about discipline. There's going to be a time where you notice that, oh, you are becoming a little bit complex, and you are kind of like taking discipline to be something that can be secondary, or maybe you are seeing hard work, consistency. Now, there is always a time. There's going to be a time you notice that, hey, I just found that if I can't get focused, it means I can't really amount to anything. If I can't really read, it means there are some trainings I play. If I play it, the hunger to read and study will be aroused. Now, all the excuses I've been talking about, reading, studying, all those excuses will just die. They will just die off. If you can create such environment, it will help you. So it puts me in a place where when I notice that my reading habit has dropped and I'm struggling to read, you know what I do? I go back to the altar, you know, where I know the fire to read was kindled. I will soak myself into those trainings again. And when I play them, let me tell you what's going to happen. The hunger to read will be aroused. The hunger to read and study will be, the hunger to become better, the hunger to strive for excellence, it will pick up. If I notice that I can't dream anymore, it happens to everybody. I can't dream anymore. You know, even when I sit down and tell myself, you know what, I want to envision, I struggle with envisioning. I struggle with dreaming. I struggle with planning. I will get into boot camps. I will get into, you know, fasting. I will get into set apart. It could be just one day. And I will tell myself, today, I'm going to be creating an environment that's going to encourage me to dream. And there are trainings I'm going to play. Oh, come on. When you can't dream for yourself, you're going to dream for other people. Why? You need to be wealthy. When I'm done playing those training tapes for hours, my spirit will get so saturated that I will be full of dreams. If I'm walking on the street, I'm dreaming. If I'm driving my car, I am dreaming. If I'm speaking to you, I am dreaming. Learn to live life like that. Create that environment. You can do it. So I have so many trainings. I call them my classics. Okay, I have my classes. There's one I have. I'm gathering now on time management. You know, how to manage my time effectively. So just learn that. It's just a piece of advice I'm giving us. Okay, learn that. Become very intentional with the stage of your life. Become very intentional with the stage of your life. All right, you can actually condition your state every now and then. All right, so let me just play for us a training on. We know the training already. We know it already, especially those of you that have been with me for a long time. There's no way you won't have had me playing the training. Okay, it's by John C. Maxwell. All right. And that is developing the leader within you, the price tag of leadership. The price tag of leadership. Developing the leader within you, the price tag of leadership. All right. Anyway, it's called self-discipline. So we're going to take a look at the training.
It's by self-discipline. So listen to me very.
It's going to bring you much value as you listen. It's going to bring you much value. Trust me. Okay. These are my classics. These are my classics. I believe you have your millionaire school notes with you. If you don't have a millionaire school notes with you, you are wrong. Mr. John Calvin, I hope you have your millionaire school notes with you. Mr. Churchill should have informed you on what to do to have your millionaire school note. Mr. John Calvin, are you with your millionaire school notes?
Yes, I have it, sir.
Can you be on video? Let me see it. Let me make sure it is our standard. Let me see your millionaire school notes. Be on video. Let me see your millionaire school notes. I want to make sure that it's up to standard.
Where Mr. Biden would voluntarily allow themselves to be constrained in that by the quote barbarous relic seems highly unlikely to me. So I think that, I mean, I don't see any reason why you and I couldn't be on our own gold standards and measure our purchase.
Okay. Let me see the back. No, sir. Is it a tick cover? It's not a tick cover note, sir. Can you see someone displaying?
Yeah, boys.
See someone displaying her own. Can you see Mommy Aminu Mausi? Can you see her own? That's a sample of it.
Yes, sir.
That's how our millionaire school notes.
Okay, I change it, sir. Actually, I have this note. Yeah. Okay, sir.
You can see here that is Solomon Olayemi. You can see him displaying his own.
Yes, sir.
If one is not a tick cover note, please go change it to a tick cover note. All right. So thank you so much, each and every one of you. Let's get into the training for the day. All right. The price tag of leadership.
Yes, sir.
The price tag of leadership. The price tag of leadership. But let me lay some foundations here. That's going to help us. In Realistic Dreams Initiative, a leader is one who takes responsibility for his own growth process. A leader is one who takes responsibility for one's growth process. All right. Growth is a process. Growth is not a destination. You don't say, I have grown. No, you keep growing. All right. Now, when you take responsibility to grow and mature and become a professional at what you do, then we call you a leader. So you, Mr. John Calvin, you can actually become a leader from now. All right. Now, all right. So it's in your nature to be a leader. So answering to the call of leadership is answering to the call of taking responsibility. I will say it again. All of us has been born as leaders, but some of us have not really discovered that truth. Now, when you discover that truth, it means you've answered to the call of the leadership you already have within you by taking responsibility to see your full personality manifest, to see your full potential out here on earth. That's what it means to be a leader, to take responsibility, to discover more of yourself. Yes, to empower yourself more so they can bring much value here on earth. People that don't discover themselves are people, when they die, nobody remembers them. They leave nothing behind. But when you discover yourself, you're going to leave much value here on earth. That's why Miles Moran will always say that the greatest and the most, the most treasured place, how do you put it again? The wealthiest place on earth is the cemetery. Why? Because that is where you're going to have dreams and potentials of men and women that was never actualized. In the cemetery and in the grave, you're going to see potentials, books not written, songs not sung. Yeah. You're going to see ideas, business ideas that was never put out there. These are leaders that were born, but they never discovered their leadership. So when we talk about leadership development, we are talking about self-development. The fundamental of leadership development is what? Self-development. Bringing out what you've got on the inside and bringing out here to bring much value to us here on earth, so that when you are gone, we won't forget you because of what you have done. So in RDI, a leader is one who takes responsibility for one's growth process. So take note of that. Okay. So let's be very, let's make it more applicable. What if I, Engineer Nonso, something happens to me and I'm gone? Does it mean your business will go down? If your business goes down, that means you're not a leader. Okay? If your level of development in our business is dependent on just what I teach you here in the Millionaire School, then you are not yet a leader. If you are waiting for me to teach you how to close before you start learning how to close, you're waiting for me to teach you how to follow up before you start learning how to follow up, you're not yet a leader. You are maturing. You're not yet. You're not yet. When you step in there, for the fact I have listed out the 7 core disciplines required for you to succeed. Once you are a leader, all you need to do and everything that will be running in your mind is, how can I become a professional? You start taking responsibility. You will learn beyond what I've taught you. I always use Sachochi here as an example. I introduced Matt Morris to them, but you went ahead and learned and paid for the full cost of Matt Morris, and today we all are enjoying it. So I want us to understand that leadership is not about following somebody or dreaming or having a big vision. It's about taking responsibility to see yourself developed. So how many of you today can go to YouTube and type how to prospect? How many of you goes to Google to type how to present our business? How to present a network marketing opportunity? How many of you will go to Google and type how to close? How many of you will go to Google and type how to follow up? If you're not doing that, you're only dependent on what I give you here. You are not yet a leader. You've not discovered your leadership. Yes, it's still very dormant. So if there is no hunger in you to learn more, to grow more, it's a signal. It's a signal. All right? That's where you're going to see people playing the blame games. Engineer also did not have Millionaire School today. That is why I didn't learn. If something happens today and I didn't go to Millionaire School and you can utilize the same 1 hour you spend in the Millionaire School to learn and develop, check it out. Something is wrong somewhere. That's why many times I don't look at the actions people take. I look at their intentions. So we're going to be looking at the price tag of leadership. So when we are listening to that training tape, some of us will not go and sit back and say, I'm not a leader. Engineer Nonso is a leader. I took responsibility to train you. Train myself and train you. Everyone here, we are all leaders. All right? So let's go and listen to the training, The Price Tag of Leadership by John C. Maxwell. Just a 23 minutes training that will really bring much value to you. We're going to discuss the training after now, and then we have a few discussions, and then we close.
Lesson has to deal with the price tag of leadership, which is self-discipline. When people ask me, and they do in Q&A all the time, John, what is your greatest leadership challenge? I always give them the same answer. My greatest leadership challenge is leading me. That's my biggest problem. My biggest leadership problem is John Maxwell. Yeah, leading me. See, it's much easier to lead you. My gosh, I'm teaching you these lessons on developing a leader with you. It's so easy to lay out these thoughts, these ideas, give you these steps to do it. It's so good. And then when I'm done, I leave you. It's just wonderful. Good luck. See, it's easier to teach what I know than it is to live what I know. Teaching is easy. Living it is more difficult. And that's where self-discipline comes into play. In my book, Intentional Living, and when I teach it, one of the things I do for people is I give them a visual. And this is a visual that works for intentional living, but it's a terrific visual for self-discipline. I always do this. Because what I want you to know, what I want to know, is that everything worthwhile is up here. Everything. There is nothing in your life, there is nothing in my life that's worthwhile. It's quick and easy. It's all up here. You have to fight for it every day. You have to climb for it every day. Doesn't come to you. It's not in 3 easy packages, and it's not the cure to overnight success. It's like one guy said, all my life I've worked hard at being an overnight success. Everything worthwhile is uphill. Now the problem is we have downhill habits. Now if you have downhill habits and you have uphill hopes, you're in trouble. And the only way that you go uphill is by self-discipline. So listen to me very carefully. It's impossible for you to have continuous success without having self-discipline. Impossible. And my greatest challenge as a leader is your greatest challenge as a leader. And that is every day keeping people climbing. Because they don't want to climb. They want to coast to success. Huh? Are you with me? They want it to come to them. They treat it like the lottery. And they just kind of hope that if they're at the right place at the right time, something wonderful will happen to them. It won't. Everything worthwhile is uphill. All the way, not partially uphill. And the challenge that we all have is we don't mind climbing uphill for 3 or 4 days, as long as we can coast for a couple. I deserve a break. I deserve a break. I deserve a break. See, what you don't understand is 4 days of climbing is wiped out with 1 day of coasting.
Did you hear that?
And you're back to the same place that you were.
4 days of climbing can be wiped out by just 1 day of coasting. We all experienced it here. You can actually spend years to develop character, discipline on something, and just 1 day, 2 days, 3 days of being careless, everything can be destroyed. See this business, I'm telling us, discipline has dealt with me. This word he said here has dealt with me, as in I'm a living experience of it. I will build a team January to December. Just 1 month of coasting, everything you did from January till November will be wiped out. The following year, you'll start again. You build from January till November, you coast in December, everything gets wiped out. Everything gets wiped out. 4 days of climbing can be wiped out by just 1 day of coasting. I need that day off. I need to relax a little. I need to slow down. I need to do this. I need to do that. Beware. Be very careful. This is actually the reason why some people in their lives, they are always starting afresh. Everything will tell you, you know what? I will start afresh. I will get it better. Every year, their life is always about starting afresh. Let me even know whether there are people here that are very sincere. Just ask me. Are there some of us here that have experienced this before in the past? We've experienced this in the past, where every year is as if you are starting afresh. Lack of discipline. Let me see, wave your hand. If you are sincere enough, let me see, wave your hand. If there are such persons. Someone like me, there was a time that I will make all the money I will make. At the end of the year, I will always be left with nothing. Financial indiscipline. Financial indiscipline. I will make all the millions. I don't know whether na juju they do me. Every January, I will be without money. Every January without money. Every January, I must be broke. Every January, I must, until I said enough is enough. Enough is enough. And that was when it ended. 4 days of climbing wiped out by 1 day of coasting. 11 months of climbing, building the disciplines, the character. 1 month of coasting, we wipe it out. The following year, you'll start afresh.
And you wonder why you're not being successful? It's faster downhill than it is uphill.
You hear that? It is faster downhill than it's uphill. To destroy something is faster. Can you imagine how many months and years it can take to erect a building? And can you imagine, within a twinkle of an eye, that building can be pulled down and destroyed? It is faster to destroy a life, to destroy a business, than to build. It's faster.
It's easier downhill than it is uphill. It's quicker downhill than it is uphill. And so what happens is, we have a lot of good uphill days, but we have a few downhill days, and the few downhill days cancel out all the uphill days. So people ask me all the time, they say, are you writing another book? Yeah. I'm always writing another book. In fact, I'm always writing 3 books. I'm creating one, writing one, and finishing. Well, do you do that all the time? Every day. Honest to God, I've never had a book write itself. It would be nice if I could figure it out. I'm going to buy into that program. No, I've got to write every one of those suckers. And I love people say, well, how do you do that? With a legal pad and a pen. One word
at a time. Hope you are here, Ross.
What's your secret?
Every day.
Now, self-discipline, the first thing it does, it enables you to go uphill. You can't go uphill without self-discipline. Nobody will carry you uphill.
You can't go uphill without self-discipline. Nobody will carry you there.
Nobody can coach you uphill. Nobody can push you uphill. If you go uphill, you got to do it yourself. There are no free rides uphill. There's no such thing as accidental achievements.
Take note of that. There is nothing like accidental achievements. Nothing like accidental achievements.
It's the bridge. Self-discipline is the bridge between good intentions and good actions. Good intentions is on one side of the water, and good actions is on the other side. And the bridge is self-discipline that takes our good intentions and turns them into good actions. And the question is my attitude about self-discipline, is it a tunnel or is it a bridge? If it's a tunnel, then self-discipline is heavy. Because it's always about what I'm going through. Well, I'm going through this. Well, I'm going through this. There's a difference between going through something and going to something. When you're going to something, you're on the bridge. When you're going through something, you're on the end of the tunnel, in a tunnel, hoping there's some light at the end of the tunnel. So if self-discipline is a heavy thing for you, it's a hard thing for you. But if self-discipline is a journey for you, it's easier for you. Is it a bridge or is it a tunnel?
Let me explain this statement very well, okay? Because there are certain things he's saying here that requires that we meditate on it to be able to capture the full meaning and understanding of what he's saying. And being that I have listened to this training hundreds of times, I think I understand most of the things he's saying. If self-discipline is a tunnel for you, you see it as something you have to go through. You go through it. Is something that at the end of, is something that's like a suffering for you. Let me tell you, it's going to be very, very difficult. But when you see self-discipline as a bridge, as a lifestyle, and something you journey through in life, something you can never avoid, something that is a daily affair, it is part of the process. It becomes easier. People that go through the tunnel, you know what they say? Oh, I'm hoping one day I'm going to see some light at the end of the tunnel. They're always looking for a miracle. They're always looking for a miracle that will be at the end. Let me tell you, there's not going to be a free ride to success in life. So when you see discipline and something that it's a must, it's a must do. It's not something you encounter once in a while. Self-discipline is meant to be a lifestyle. It's supposed to be a lifestyle. And I always like you using the word like the muscles. All right? Like the muscle. Men that don't know, have not really seen the importance of exercising and keeping fit. When they're exercising, they are seeing it as suffering. Now, even though with the understanding of what the importance of exercising is to you, you still experience some pain. But the pain you experience is not the pain of suffering. There's a difference between going through a hard time and suffering. Suffering is of the mind. Suffering is what the mind interprets hard times to be. You get it? You can be going through something now, and some will say, you know what? I'm going through discipline. I am actually disciplining myself. I'm perfecting. I'm getting better. Why someone else will see it as what? As suffering. Suffering is different from hardship. Suffering is different from hard time. Your mind is what interprets hard times as what? Suffering. Is how you view what you go through that determines whether it is suffering to you. I hope you get it now. So when you see discipline as something that is a lifestyle, you can't do without it. You can't be successful without self-discipline. When you are home with it, it becomes easier. Tough times and challenges becomes easier. It becomes easier. But when you don't see it as one, rather you see it as a tunnel, it's going to be suffering to you. And that's going to be a lot of pain. A lot of pain. It will never be sweet. It will come with a lot of pain when you see it as a tunnel.
Am I going through it? Oh, I hope I get there. Or am I going to it? Secondly, self-discipline is the difference between temporary success and sustained success.
I hope you're putting it down. The second point there is what? Self-discipline is the difference between temporary success and sustained success. All right. So let's allow him to explain that. Why people have temporary success, accidental success, and sustained success.
Because the uphill journey is all the way. You don't get flat land and you don't get down land. It's just all up land. And so the core of all success principles is, the core of it is self-discipline. Most people want what I call a quick fix. Okay, John, okay. Talk to me. Help me out here. What's the quickest way for me to be very wealthy, highly influential, and very successful in life? Just cut out just give me just straight, quick, fast, easy way. There's no such thing. It's uphill all the way.
Exactly, no such thing.
And self-discipline is the vehicle that gets you there. Listen to me carefully. There is nothing I can do for a not disciplined person.
You hear that? You know, the first time I heard this statement, I really joked with it. You know, I am now, those of you that are leaders, I get what I'm saying. I want you to, pick what I'm about to say now. It will save you stress. It will save you, it's going to save you some pain. Listen to me carefully. If you are, when I'm talking about a leader, I'm talking about someone that is in a place of position. You have people you overseeing. There are there's something we call three Ds of leadership development. All right. First one is discovery, leadership discovery. You talk about second one is development, and the third one is deployment. When you want to develop a leader, you first discover the leader, the talent and the giftings and potentials, and then the second one is to develop. That's second D, and the third one is to deploy, get them into the field. All right. Now, I was asked in a training, in a special kind of leadership training, which of the 3 Ds is the most important, and everybody was answering. And then more than like 9% of the class answered it wrongly. Let me even take the study here. Among these 3 Ds of leadership development, which one do you think is the most important? The first one is discovery. The second one is what? Development. The third one is deployment. Which of these 3 Ds is more important? Let's go. Send it to me on chat. The first D is discovery. The second D is development. Leadership development. The third one is what? Leadership, deployment. Okay. Among the 3 Ds, which one is the most important? Ross, which one is the most important? Okay. You answer discovery. Okay. We have discovery, we have development, and we have deployment. Get into the field. So which among these 3 Ds is the most important? Most important. Everyone, please, I need your response quickly. I need your response. In the class, 99% of the class failed the question. And I can tell you that anytime I ask this question, I won't tell you the percentage of my class that gets it right. Okay? I'm getting, I'm having a deployment. Wow, that's beautiful. Deployment, discovery, Sachochi say discovery, Madam Sheila say discovery, okay. I have some people saying discovery. Aminu Mamusi said, Madam said deployment, okay. I need more responses quickly. Let's be fast, We have a lot to cover today. Let's be fast. You think 1 hour is too much for us. 1 hour is not too much, okay? Before what's happening is gone. Aziz Biodun said discovery, okay? Let's go. All right. Now, if you look at the chart, we found out that you will find out that over 80 to 90% failed it. The most important D in leadership development is called discovery. Discovery is the most important part. And I'm going to give you one short key to discover potential great leaders. It's called self-discipline. There is nothing you can do for an undisciplined man. You didn't hear me. You can't help an undisciplined man. And the worst case is someone that is undisciplined and he doesn't want to get better. He doesn't want to get disciplined. He's always giving excuses and always want to explain him or herself out of every situation. I'm giving you powerful signals. Powerful signals. Someone that is always trying to explain himself or herself out of every situation. There's always a reason. Very indisciplined. And you will notice that they don't take correction. If you see such thing, run for your life. Investing in them is like pouring water on a stone. You will lose, you will burn out, you will waste your resources. I'm teaching you. Apply this in your personal life. Apply it. You're working in a church. You're a leader in a church. You have an organization. I'm teaching you right now. I am a living example of what I'm telling you today. I'm overseeing hundreds of people, thousands of people. I know what I'm telling you. It will save you tears. There are people you are pouring your investment in every day. You are supporting them financially, emotionally, health-wise. Let me tell you, it is a waste. It is a waste. And let me tell you one thing about them. They won't even remember those things. Those undisciplined men, whatever you do for them, whatever impact is like it's like, let me tell you something. They are writing it on the sand. It's a wasted effort. Before you start pouring into people deeper, I didn't say you shouldn't share. Give to people, pour in, teach, invest. There is a minimum investment I put in people generally. But there is a kind of investment I don't make in certain men. How do I find out those men? Men that are undisciplined. I cannot invest heavily on them. We can be laughing. They won't even know. We can be laughing. We can be joking. We can be doing, but I can't plan my future with them. I can't. No. I can work with someone, but the person is not even in my mind in the next 6 years, 7 years, 8 years. There's nothing you can do for an undisciplined man. QED. Whatever. See, this business taught me a very big lesson. The person is always saying, I'm with you, sir. I'm with you, sir. And what's what they can even cry for you sometimes. Don't be deceived with all those things. So you will waste your money and your resources and your time. I am telling you. I'm telling you on time. No matter how talented you think they are, hey, talent will make you great. Oh. It takes discipline to turn talent into a skill. I've seen talented people in my life. Oh. People that when they talk here, as in even you or your own, you want to register into this business again. But they lack discipline to develop. it is a wasted effort trying to develop a man. So if you don't discover someone properly, I listened to this, I had to study these two men. Many of you know these two men, footballers. One of them is C. Ronaldo, okay? And then the other one is Messi. These are one of the two legends that are still alive and they are still playing. Okay, there are distinctive differences between these two people. Messi is someone that is highly talented, but disciplined to develop his talents and become great at it. See, Ronaldo is not naturally talented, but he discovered and find out that with discipline, he can learn, he can develop himself and become much more better than people that were born with the natural talent of playing football. How many of you just understood what I said? So, see Ronaldo's discipline when it comes to dedication, when it comes to practice. I was listening to documentaries of what's the name of this man again? Of Ferguson. People that coached him. Alex Ferguson, some of his teammates. They were like they've never seen. As in, he doesn't know what it means to fail. He doesn't know what it means to fail. Hours before the practice time, he's already practicing. Hours after the practice time, he's still practicing. Say that his free kick and leg overs, he will rehearse it and rehearse it and rehearse it and rehearse it. One of the days he was asked a question. Why is it that whenever you play this kind of free kick, you always score? He said because he has played them 1,000 times. It's just like practice for him. When he's in the field, it's like practice. Whatever he does on the pitch, he has practiced it more than 1,000 times. Come on. This is what I'm talking about. 1,000 times. Discipline. There is nothing you can do for someone that is not disciplined. Beware of trying to push yourself beyond your level of discipline. You have to come to a point in your life where you see discipline as a must, except if you don't take success seriously. Mr. Alonso, I don't know how to handle money. Any kind of money enter my hand. I don't know. I'm always spending money. When I'm developing, I'm training people. When I'm mentoring people, sometimes when they make money, I collect the money from them. I keep it. I tell them, I want you to learn to stay with knowing that money is not, you don't need money. All right. Learn to stay with little. Learn to stay with little. But a time comes where I tell them, see, this I'm doing for you is to show you the power of having money in your account. Now, the next part, because I can't do this thing for life for you. I've helped to develop this discipline. You will need to continue with it. Sometimes, many of them, immediately I leave them, their life starts going down immediately. Their life has to hit rock bottom before they start coming up again. So, someone that has not seen financial discipline as a must to become wealthy will never be wealthy. You must know what it means. See, I have a family. Let me tell you, I have a family and I'm so disciplined to the point that you can be seeing 1 million naira in my account, 5 million naira in my account, and ask me for 10,000 naira. I will tell you I don't have money. And it will not be a worry. I've settled it. There's no reason why I should be hiding all those hiding. Some men with them, my wife knows now, you will collect them, you'll be making demands. It's because you don't know what it means to be a man. It's because you don't know what it means to have a vision and to lead your family aright. I know now men don't like what I'm saying. Yeah, I know. And some ladies don't like what I'm saying. I know. You must learn budgeting. Put everything in place. You must learn budgeting. They stop your salary today, and in the next month you'll start suffering financially. It's because you lack proper financial discipline. If they stop your salary today and you've worked for 7 years, you should be able to feed your family for the next 7 years. Oh, come on. I'm hitting some button here right now. I'm hitting some button here. Some people don't like me. Let's take a study. When I was studying, the Holy Book, one of the days, and I stumbled into the story of Joseph, and the Pharaoh, where, Pharaoh had a dream of having 7 years of famine and 7 years of plenty. I want us to do the math. Now that's 7 years of famine, not just in Egypt, but everywhere. I hope I'm correct. And 7 years, there are going to be 7 years of plenty, but the 7 years of famine will come after 7 years of what? Plenty. Now watch. How many percent did they save? How many percent were they saving? I want you to remind me. I forgot it. There's a percentage of whatever they earn in the 7 years of plenty that we are being saved, according to the directive of Joseph. I've forgotten the percentage, but I think it should be 30%. Yeah, it should be around 30%. Now watch. I want you to see this. The percentage that was saved by the Egyptians during the 7 years of plenty was so much enough to carry them through the 7 years of famine, and not just them alone, that other countries has to come and buy from them. That is why in the olden civilization, Egyptians were the richest at that time. Do you know why? When there was plenty, they knew they had the wisdom to save. And when the famine came, guess what happened? Others came to buy from them. And whatever they say, whatever they put as their price, that is what people will buy. It takes discipline not to finish everything you earn. It takes discipline to pay your tithe if you're a tither. It takes, sometimes I love to call it giving. It takes discipline to set out a certain amount. Someone like me, there's something I call ministry account. It's my gross, not even my net profit, my gross profit. As in, when I mean my gross profit, because you can have gross profit and have a negative net profit. I take away 10%. So when people are struggling with talking about 10% of their tithe, I tell them you are eating the band backwards. When who is talking about 10%? 10% of your tithe is net profits now. We are talking about gross. Before you even start counting your profit, I've already removed the 10%. I call it ministry account. This is where I use in doing my givings. Church, personal giving. So this is where it takes discipline to tell yourself, take this 10%, I put it here. This one, emergency account. Some of you don't have what is called emergency account. So whenever there is an emergency in your family, boom, everything crumbles. You had a health challenge in your family, and they said, oh, your wife, they need, or your child needs to be operated. Devil can play some pranks on that. They need 100,000 naira. Some of you will start sweating under 100,000 naira. You will start sweating. You start, they are paying you 200,000 naira every month. Lack of financial discipline. You don't save for the future. Every year when the rent is coming, you'll be shouting, oh, my rent is coming, my rent is coming. You'll be jittering because you don't have financial discipline. Why would you have to? You knew you're going to pay the rent. Why would you have to crack your head to pay rent? You knew you're going to pay school fees. Why would you have to crack your head to pay school fees? If it's only fish bone you will use in cooking, use that fish bone and cook. Because some of us, the reason why we have not really desired the hunger to grow financially is because we are very indisciplined. They pay you 100,000 naira and you use it and eat granite and use it to eat shawarma and use it to, you finish it on food. And at the end of the day, you'll be feeling that you are wealthy. When the time to pay rent or school fees comes, you will not start praying to God. Oh, hallelujah, praise God. Oh, you start sowing some financial seeds for financial open doors. You are very, very, very unwise. My mentor taught me, and he said, life is lived by principle, not by miracle. So life is designed to be lived by principles and not by miracles. That is what my mentor taught me. I know I'm saying something here that is very powerful. And I always teach us, maybe some of you here have not known already, okay? In Realistic Dreams Initiative, we're not just here to make money. This is called Realistic Dreams Initiative. You have to become a person of success. These things I'm teaching us from yesterday, these are the things that makes you a person of success. You become a person of success. Discipline is what makes you to become a person of success. When you lack these things, your life will always be up and down, up and down. So I tell someone, I say, even if my business goes down today, the business you plus goes down today, my family cannot get hungry for the next 2 years to 7 years. It's practically impossible. They cannot be hungry. If I tell you the running cost of my family per month, some of you here, you will be shocked. That's more than some of you here, your 3 months, 6 months salary. Do you know why? Because I discovered financial discipline. I saw it as a must. So the era of December comes, all my money finished. January, I'm always broke. January, I'm always broke. I can be broke in some aspect of my business, but I can never be broke to the point that my family cannot eat, that I cannot eat food. It's not possible. Or put fuel in my car. Or not possible. Chap, 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 chap. It's called discipline. How many of you were touched by what I just said now? Let me see, wave your hand. Oh, come on. I know some ladies, you will not like me. Women, wives, ladies, you will not like me now because you know if your husband are here, you know, they will say, hey, engineer, also. No, serious. I think one of the days I'm going to have a training for us men. You know, I should do that. You should learn how to cast a vision for your family. Tell them this is where we are going. This money is in this account. It should not be touched. Be free. About this, don't be blackmailed emotionally by ladies sometimes. Don't be. Some ladies can be something else, you know. They just go out and see one bag like that they like, or see one jewel like that they like, okay? And they tell you to buy them, and then you say no. And then because you say no, it's wahala. So they can, and you know, there are some, most of the ladies are wonderful, but there are some that are wahala people. I know if you're an RDI, you're not a wahala lady. So I think some days, you know, I'm going to take our time and talk to our men, and then we can talk to each other, because I believe there's so much you can also teach me, and there's so much I can teach you. Discipline. There is nothing you can do. Don't forget where we started from. There is nothing you can do for an undisciplined man. A man that is not disciplined and is not striving to become disciplined, whatever investment you are making in their lives, it is a waste. That is the primary formula for leadership discovery. Don't forget, if you can't discover the right person, you can't develop them. Whosoever you are developing, there is not the right person, is a wrong development. You can't even deploy them. When you deploy them, you will see what you've done. Stop investing in people that are not disciplined. That is exactly what John C. Maxwell is saying. All right. I needed to stop and touch on this because it's not about listening to John C. Maxwell. We can continue this training by tomorrow. It's about having this information sinking deep into us, getting us to a place where we're going to be making decisions. So at the end of this millionaire school, I want some of us to come up and do what? And make some decisions, especially in our financial life, especially in our relationship, the way we deal with people. He's the one that is an expert. There is nothing you can do for an undisciplined man. Nothing you can do for an undisciplined man. There is nothing. Don't forget, whenever we're having trainings like this, don't be saying an undisciplined man. You're also a man. There is nothing you can do with your life positively if you're an undisciplined man. Start with yourself. Don't be looking at people. So some of you today, you need to end today with, bring out your diary. Are you hearing me? Some of you, if you need help from me, I can help you. Bring out a diary and write all your sources of income, how much you are generating, and then write down your major expenditures, family expenditure. Are you hearing me? You write it. How much you are spending, and then you write rent. These are things you must pay for. Must, school fees, write it. Have what we call emergency account, project account. Are you getting me? Write down things like this. Don't assume you will get the money for them. So from that, your 100,000 naira, ask yourself, how much from this 100,000 is my ministry account? I'm sorry, I am a spiritual man. I like things like that. I give a lot, and I don't do my giving emotionally. Oh, I felt God in my heart today, and I decided to clear my account. Sometimes I felt led to clear my account and give, but I don't give emotionally. Oh, I listened to a message in the church. I don't, you do it sometimes. Oh, the thing moved you. You didn't carry somebody's money you're supposed to use for business. And if you carry my money and go and give and tell me that God pushed you to give it, I will tell you that God will push me and I will carry your car and sell it. Carry your house and sell it. You don't tell me that nonsense. So God pushed you. You carry money for business and go and give. God pushed you. You carry money you kept to pay school fees for children. Don't be very careful. If God is pushing you, I have a family. There's nothing like God will push me and push me into an account that me and my family were putting together to use to do something. God not reach there. If God carry me go there, that is saying God will give me the grace to explain myself so that is saying God can speak to everybody together. And if that God cannot speak to everybody together, all the parties involved very well, and that money is not coming out. So I want you to become matured with your giving. Okay, you can call it 10%. You can call it your tithes. All right, you know, in the Bible we already have it, but someone like me, I give more than 10% because I give 10% of my gross profit. I don't give 10% of my net. Call it ministry. Okay, I'm telling you how I group my own ministry. All right, I have an account. Money, so I don't look for offering. I don't look for money to give to church. I have hundreds of thousands in the account. I have an account. I keep the money. Once I make profit, I send the money there. Are you hearing me? All right, so ministry. Okay, you call it. You have another one again. You call it. This is a monthly. Okay, you have monthly running cost or running expenditure. All right, you finish that, you're going to put school fees. School fees. Don't assume you're going to generate the money. God will provide you with the money. God has already given you the money every month. All right. Then second one, don't forget to have the family, that's monthly house, whatever expenditure. You put school fees. Are you hearing me? They're going to have what we call emergency account, emergency funds. Emergency funds. For example, they wake up in the morning one day and the gas cylinder scattered. They wake up in the morning one day and all the lightning bulbs in the house scattered. You know, they scatter all the time. You need to pull money, put your hand in your emergency account and pull out funds and solve the problem. Emergency. Are you hearing me? Then you need to have what I call projects. Under project account, that is where you can, maybe you want to buy land, some opportunities came up, and then you can buy from there. You want to buy a car, improve it from there. You cannot be buying a car and your children are not eating food and they're not paying for school fees. It means you're not a wise man. Put all these things down. When you finish, ask yourself, how much are you earning every month? Maybe 100,000 naira. My brother, my sister, better allocate that 100,000 naira inside all these fields. Put it there. If the one for your school fees of your children resulted that your children will be in school where they are paying 5,000 naira, my brother, put them in a school where they are paying 5,000 naira. I did it. My children attended school where they are paying 3,500 naira. I was never happy. I was not happy. Today, every time I spend 500,000 naira in their school fees. By the time you shed tears and say, I don't like it, if you see the kind of school, you know those kind of school that your children will come back from and they will be smelling like pigs. Kids everywhere. They'll put them like 20 in one small tiny class. If you see the chair and the bench here, you'll be crying. They'll be smelling like a pig. There's a kind of school you put your children in. It's as if the same mother and the same father gave birth to those children. They'll be looking plumpy, chubby. How many of you understand what I'm saying? If you see the kind of English and grammar that will be coming out of their mouth, it's as if it's the same father and mother that gave birth to them. Can I see you wave your hand if you understand what I'm saying? Those kind of schools. The children, they eat very well. Their skin look as if they be looking like all these Europeans. If you see my daughter speak or my son speak here, you will run. As in, even if you attended the kind of school we attended, if they speak their English here, you will go and hide. You will go and hide. I wanted them to be speaking like that. So I had to make more money and put it. 2017, I started making that kind of money and I have to move them from that school. I moved them from the school where they were speaking nonsense, useless English, and I put them where they are now. If you hear them talk, you understand. My brother, if the money you have is only for that, do it. Then work hard to grow your income. Let your dreams and your goals inspire you to become more disciplined. When you are clear on this, I hope you wrote down what this is. I said, ministry account, make sure you are always giving. If you don't believe in tithing, that one is your own business. I'm not a pastor to talk about tithing. But for me, make sure you are giving. All right. All right. For me, I give more than tithe. Okay. I give more than tithe. I call it ministry account. I have an account with UBA Bank where I put my money there. And then I have you have a family expenditures. Okay. You have school fees. You have emergency funds. Okay. You have project account. Are you hearing me? Okay. And then you have personal care. Pay yourself. All right. Pay yourself. All right. The money I pay myself as an individual is the money I use. You know, sometimes, oh, a friend wants me to take him out or take out, I want to go eat some fish, I take my money there. So you see me sometimes, I may not buy new clothes, but I'm taking people out there. Okay. And at the same time, I'm not suffering. Okay. Make sure you pay yourself. Don't forget, this is outside your business. So I'm talking about if you have a business. This expenditures, these things we are writing here is from the money you pay yourself. So if, for example, you have a business and the business generated a profit of 200,000 naira, and then you are keeping 50% of the profits to the business, that is to the business, then the 50% is now yours. Are you hearing me? That's what you are paying yourself, right? That 50% you are paying yourself is where you will now budget all these things. You don't go and budget all these things inside the money from your business. Your business is a separate entity from you. Don't eat from the money in your business, from your business directly. Don't do that. That is the fastest way for your business to die. Your business is an entity. A company is a legal entity that can be sued and sued. It's like a human being on its own. So be clear, if you are making profit, what percentage of your profit is for the company? I'm going to teach us that later. I'll teach you how to calculate that later. Okay, because before you can do that, you must learn how to do what we call amortization or depreciation of your assets. You don't do that, when your assets goes down, at the end of the day, you may find out that you may not be able to replace your assets. So before you can determine what is the profit of your business, you should be able to do what we call amortization or depreciation of assets. All this grammar I'm speaking, let me tell you, I didn't do economics. It's because I consulted people that are very, very wise to teach me how to structure my business so that I will not be going down. All right? So we'll do that later. That's what we are doing today. Your personal income, make sure you divide it under ministry accounts, which is giving, okay, family expenditure, school fees, emergency funds, and project account. Project account. Keep it like that. All right. How many of you here today? We're going to continue this training by tomorrow. All right. How many of you here today gain a lot of value? Let me see you wave your hand. If you gain a lot of value here, I'm going to be unmuting you, Sir Solomon Olayemi. Okay. I saw you, you were writing quite a lot. I saw you writing quite a lot. Share with me just one of the things you learned today that you are making a decision on. Just one. Write for me. Say it for us. Yes, sir. You can talk now, sir. Yeah, go ahead and unmute yourself, sir. Yes, you are up. You can go ahead and speak now, sir.
From my business.
Oh, your volume is very bad. Your network is very bad. Oh, so sorry. So sorry. Mr. Engineer Henrique, which one touched you the most among everything we learned today? Which one touched you the most? Engineer Henrique, in fact, I'm going to have men talking today very well.
Yeah, good morning. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, my brother.
Yeah, the one that touched me the most is, discovering the right people. Because I find it lately difficult to work with my team members, most of my timelines. So I'm just looking at it that this year is like I will start afresh. It's just very few of them that joins the millionaire school these days. Maybe out of the around 20 of them, like 3 or 4 always join the the millionaire school, and those ones are always good.
My brother, let me tell you one short thing. See millionaire school. Anybody that give you excuse for not attending millionaire school is not serious. Count the person off. Be giving the person what I call passive support, general support. Somebody that is not disciplined to attend millionaire school cannot be disciplined enough to do invitation. I'm telling you, the only people making invitation to business meetings and working on their business are people that attend millionaire school. Don't let anybody deceive you. Anyone that lacks discipline to attend millionaire school is not building the business. Forget it. God bless you. You'll learn something very, very nice. It will make you to be emotionally be okay. And then you stop pouring into people that are not producing results. God bless you really good. All right. Now, beyond just our business, I need people that contribute to what I just said today. Okay. You learned something today you want to share with us. Let me see you wave your hand quickly. Let me see you wave your hand. Mr. Samuel. Okay, you're there. Do you have something to say, Mr. Samuel? Daddy Popola, Mr. Samuel, do you have something to say? Go ahead. Yes.
Good morning, sir.
Yeah, Mr. Samuel, go ahead.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
What I learned here is that how to discover the right people and how we can to disfellowship those who are not serious. Like, for example, like maybe you are pouring money or paying some money to some brothers who always giving excuses. No matter how you give them, they always give excuses. So how we can able to go away from such people so that they cannot run us down?
Thank you so much, my brother. There's something I told you people. People that give excuses, let me tell you one of their specialty. I call it emotional blackmail. The day you don't give them again, they will blackmail you emotionally. They will turn you into a devil. Are you hearing me? They will make you to look worse. Don't ever fall to that emotional blackmail. They will make you to feel so bad as if you have not been doing anything for them. Mommy Murayo, what are you sharing with us today? Mommy Murayo, what did you learn today? Even though today I fired, it was as if my training today was men-centered. What did you learn today, Mama? I'm not hearing you. Your volume is low. Increase your volume. Mommy, I'm not hearing you at all. So sorry. let me just have a lady that will talk so that we can close. Mommy Scholar, can you share with us what did you learn today, Mommy Scholar? Okay. Okay, Unilam Global, you're also raising your hand. Whoever that unmute first can talk. Oh yeah, Unilam Global, you have it. Go ahead.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning. So what did you learn today that touched you so much?
Good morning, sir. Thank you so much. I learned that self-discipline is a lifestyle. And also, there's no free right to success in life.
God bless you, Mama. That is the summary.
That is ways to say.
That is the summary. Self-discipline is a lifestyle. There is no free right to success. There is no accidental success. Just understand it. It's an uphill. And don't ever think that there is a taking break. Don't forget, 11 months of hard work can be wiped out by 1 month of coasting. It's easier to destroy a life and everything you built than to build. It can take you 1 year, 2 years, 3 years to build something. Just 1 moment of stupidity will destroy everything. God bless you, real good. I'm going to be sending a training to us, okay, on prospecting and inviting. I want you to listen to that training and make sure that tomorrow business meeting is an exciting one. Yesterday, it was awesome. All right. And then some of you noticed that yesterday we spent only about less than 50 minutes. I'm working on being faster now in my presentations. All right. So we are getting it right. We are getting it right. By tomorrow, I'm going to work hard to make it even 40 minutes or 45 minutes. Yesterday was around 50 minutes thereabout. I think 51 minutes. We're going to see. I'm still working on it. Okay. So tomorrow I'm going to work harder to see if I can get it to be less than 45 minutes. Don't forget, we are all becoming great leaders that drive change. Kindly unmute yourselves and let's have our vision statement declaration. I'm becoming a great leader that drive change. Put your hand on your chest and declare after me, I'm becoming a great leader that drive change.
I'm becoming a great leader that drive change.
Becoming a great leader that drive change.
Can you say it as if you mean it? I'm becoming a great leader that drive change. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, my great partners. I love you all. Do have a lovely and a wonderful day. Bye-bye.